Hey, Robbie, how are you? So good to see you. Let me know if the music is too loud, if you can hear me or not. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn it down just a little bit anyway. And make sure I can see, yes, all the chat. Yeah, so thank you all so much for joining me over here on YouTube at the last minute. What we're doing today is this is just a simple new moon ritual here at the new moon I thought the new moon in Cancer was actually in July. Turned out, no, it's right now. So that has actually confused me on a couple of different things. Some things that I needed to have done for the new moon in Cancer should have been done by today. And oops, I was getting them ready for next month. So, oh well. Hey, Mike. Hey, Robbie. How y'all doing? Intactivist? Yeah. So, having a bad hair day. Hope y'all will forgive me. So what as you can see I'm in my new apartment, and so I am not actually in my office space. And rather than trying to put up the mandala that I put on the wall and get my desk set up, which I really, I'm just not, aw, you sweet talker. Rather than trying to rush and get all of that stuff up and on the wall and that kind of thing. Hey, Cindy, nice to see you again. I figured, you know what, this is life. This is where I am. And unpacking boxes from the past while moving into a new apartment is absolutely the perfect metaphor for what we're going to do tonight for this new moon magic ritual. Now, just to let you know a little bit, and I'm kind of waiting for people to get the notification that that we're on and we're live and we're here and we're doing this. If you can please let me know if the audio is bad, if you can hear me, cannot hear me, if you can see me or not see me. We are in Mercury retrograde, and so a lot of, like the video I did the other day of my the tour of my apartment was horribly choppy, and I did not know that. So I'm hoping this will work. So all good here. Cindy, is that Cindy in Alabama, Cindy? Very good. So we've got Robbie up in New York and Mike in Canada, unless he has fled the maple leaf rag to come down here to the crazy states. Yes, okay, good. So the beautiful Gulf Coast is perfectly represented by Cindy and me. And okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Good, Robbie. Good to hear that. And yes, and just so y'all know, since we have some intactivists here, yes, I will be doing more foreskin videos in the very near future now that I'm kind of more set up. I'm going to be doing a lot of instructional videos as much as I can on YouTube. I have started a video channel on BitChute because they don't censor you. I get censored a lot on YouTube. On Facebook, Instagram especially. Those two are awful. And Twitter has now started doing a lot of censoring. And y'all all know that Tumblr has now, in talking about children's human rights and just the natural body, that should not be censored as obscene or wrong or awful, right? So the human body is beautiful and humans are beautiful, most of us. And those that aren't, we're going to help raise some energy so that they can literally see the light. Hopefully make better choices. So what you're going to need for this here new moon ritual, if you want to, throat chakra stuff is going to come up big time right now. I don't know if y'all are, I've experienced this morning. No, it's not coronavirus. I started coughing this morning, and I think I know what it's about, but I'm not going to say here publicly. This has just started. Okay, so candles. You can use candles. I have these cute little candles right here. I just got these from Target. It's throat chakra, and I'm also trying to get off of caffeine. See, I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and so when I start getting off of caffeine, I produce a lot of phlegm in my lungs, and it wants to come up and out. And yesterday, I had with the throat chakra right now. It's a lot. It's a lot of purging going on right now. Good, Robbie. So I've got a few of these. These are from, like I said, Target. I love Target. I have this over here. This is a warm apple pie candle, and I'm just doing it because it's, you know, it's orange and it smells good. Ah. All right. I have my my fire wand right here. And I have my Palo Santo. If y'all don't know what this is, Palo Santo is an incredible incense. It is not your it's not your grandma's sage, let me tell you that. Palo Santo clears conscious entities. So if you're ever doing magic, or you're ever doing any kind of clearing of a space or your own energy field, your aura, your energetic field, and you're trying to clear any conscious entities, like non-virtuous, we'll say non-virtuous as opposed to dark or negative, but any non-virtuous stuff that you need cleared, you want to use Palo Santo. Sage will not clear conscious entities. And I'm already sweating, y'all. Last night, I'm back to waking up at 3 a.m. And I've been sleeping through the night the past 3 nights, staying awake for hours. But during last night, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was awake for 3 hours. Then went back to sleep. But I woke up, my room was 75 degrees. Mind you, I have central air on. I have a ceiling fan. I have a fan on my nightstand that I keep on high all the time, pretty much. And then I have a window room, and it was 75. I had all of that on, and my room was 75. I know I'm doing lots of work in dream time. All of us are. If you're drawn to this, whether you consider yourself a light worker, a way shower, or not, even if you're just watching this out of curiosity, maybe you're just subscribed to my channel, so you're like, oh, she does interesting stuff. Now she's doing weird shit. Okay, let me see what this is all about. So anyway, I've got Palo Santo. I've got several decks of cards. I'm going to pull cards. I love this. This is a vulture feather. And what do vultures do? Vultures are very, very, very important to the ecosystem because they clean carcasses when no other animal will eat a carcass, like the meat or the flesh is already kind of getting rotten. No other animal is going to eat it, not even a raccoon or possum. The vultures come in and clean. They clean out what nobody else can or will get rid of. So I love the idea of using vulture feather in ritual. Now, this is a new moon ritual. This is about planting seeds. And so for that, I have seeds. And look, if you're a twin flame, look how much they cost. Yeah, they're like all $144. So that's for the twin flames out there. Twin flames are probably the rarest of the light worker way showers. But I know I have a few that follow me. And I have my little, Shakti, my little serpent of knowledge. This was actually, I found this on a bus. I can't remember if that was in Tempe or LA, but I found this on the floor. So as you are seeing and kind of hearing what I've got, if you've got any of that around your house that you would like to go ahead and grab, we'll go ahead and do that. You also want to have pencil and paper, and I don't have mine. So let me grab mine. So candles, a lighter, feathers, if you want feathers, Palo Santo, or any kind of incense that you like. I love patchouli, but the local, one of the last places to have this kind of stuff, Yaya's, they are out of patchouli. And the Hare Krishna restaurant isn't even open right now. They haven't been open since this whole COVID-19 thing started, because they're, again, a restaurant. I have cards. I have a little cup. So when I do, if we do like a true libation, we have a cup for that. So go ahead and get some stuff, and pencil and paper. You will need that. And if you can let me know in the comments, in the chat there, if you can hear the music I have going right now. Can you hear it while I'm talking? Yes, no, and then is it not loud enough? Is it too loud? If you can let me know, I'm going to go over here and get my pencil paper because I forgot my own pencil paper. All right, hold on just a second. Woo. All right, so y'all see my crazy hair. Oh, if I didn't look like some servant on a BBC miniseries when I have my hair up in a bun, I would totally put my hair up in a bun right now because I am just so hot. Woo. All right, but that's just the energy that we're raising up. Good old magic, right? So don't be scared of magic. Don't be scared of tapping into your inherent power. I've heard from several people that magic is back on the earth because the veil, which normally only thins or once or twice a year, usually mostly at Samhain, which is October 31st. Okay, so you can't hear the music? Okay, let me see. This is just a test for a little bit later on. And you may not be able to hear the music. I'm going to turn it down again. But the veil is so thin, like it's not even there anymore. We are able to really bring in the light and anchor in light and love for humanity. So what does that mean? If you've heard the term light worker, way shower, it just means, oh, good. Thank you, Cindy. Very good. It just means that you are a part of, you came in, your soul is a part of many, 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 many soul groups that incarnated here into this experiment here in the physical realm that we call Earth. And you have a soul mission to help humanity, to be a better person yourself, to heal your own karma, to heal your past life karma. That's what I'm starting to really get into with clients, is healing past life stuff. I'm going to be doing new packages very soon of what I'm offering, and past life stuff is huge. Clearing and healing past life wounding is huge. It's I feel that past life woundings and past life karma is actually the root of a lot of addictions, bad habits and patterns. When your conscious mind, you can't figure out, why do I keep doing something? It's not just that, oh, that's in your conscious mind, or even that's in your subconscious. Well, your subconscious is a part of, where you've been as a soul. It's not just this lifetime, but that's way more than what we're getting into for now. I'm just trying to give y'all time to let me know that you've got your stuff. I'm just blabbing. So, all right. I can't find my actual pencil. So I've got colored pencil. I might be making rainbows, but okay. So normally what we would have done, and I'm hoping to do Mike. We're not talking about foreskin. So Mike said, to heck with this. Y'all can have your new moon magic. I want to talk about foreskin. Another time, Mike. But anyway. And if you want to get a quick beverage of your choice, I'm going to get my drink. It's on the floor. It's a new body armor, and it's sweetened with stevia. I mean, it's got lots and lots of potassium, because I'm low in potassium. Hold on. Stay hydrated right now, y'all. Okay. All right, so normally, my hair. Okay, so normally what you would have done at the waning moon is to clear away anything that you want to end, right? In a loving way. We're not talking about like hiring a hit or anything. That's not what we're saying. What we're talking about is patterns in your own life, contracts in this lifetime, previous lifetime, past lifetime, contracts with karmic people, karmic relationships, especially if you are a light worker and you have soul contracts with certain people because you needed to learn certain lessons. And these soul contracts can be with family, your biological family this lifetime, friends, and then of course lovers, because you know your family and your lovers are the ones that really screw your life up the most, right? Okay, no blame here. But yeah, so we would have done that on the waning moon, because the waning moon is when you do releasing magic. Now, if you listen to astrologers, they're going to tell you to do releasing magic on the full moon. Okay, if that floats your boat, I wouldn't do that. I've already done a video on full moon magic and why you don't do releasing magic on the full moon. That's a video I've already done. Feel free to watch it. So what we're doing now is with the new moon, which is sometimes called the dark moon, but because people also talk about the dark, the cabal, the dark state, the deep state, and all of that, I've noticed a lot of people don't call the new moon the dark moon as much anymore. And of course, the term comes dark moon is because you go outside, you can't see the moon, it's dark at nighttime, right? But whereas if you go outside during a full moon, if you're away from city lights and traffic, on a full moon, it lights up the land, it lights up the beach, the water. I mean, it's very bright. Like you can see the person in front of you. You can see them perfectly fine under a full moon light. So new moon is, dark moon is just that the moon is not visible for around 3 days. So having done releasing magic, you are now doing essentially planting magic. You want to plant seeds. You want to plant the little seeds. I've got my metaphors right here, because these are not ready actually to go in the ground. Not really. They are ready to be nurtured so that they can become little seedlings or saplings, and then you can plant the seedling or sapling into the ground once it's got that enough of a tap root that it can really anchor in, really root into the earth. Okay, and it's from there that it then manifests, right? So a lot of what we're doing right now is creation magic. Now, in my world, what I do, how I do things, I separate creation and manifestation as two separate events. They are not the same thing. The magician and the tarot, the magician is the one, right? And that's where you realize that you are the creator of your reality. The empress is 3, correct? And so there you have the manifestation. The Empress is usually portrayed as being pregnant. She is pregnant with what has been created, and of course then giving birth to that. That is the manifestation. So if you think of, I'll do a whole video on this. If you think of the acorn, let's say, an acorn is the creation. It has the potential to be an oak tree, but it is not an oak tree. It has the potential. It is the creation. It's the beginning of what can be an oak tree. And then the oak tree, of course, is the manifestation of the potentiality represented by the acorn. You can think of a sperm and egg come together. Sorry, gay peeps. We're going to talk some heterosexual sex here for a second. But the sperm and the egg come together, and it creates the zygote? Is that what's first? I can't remember. It's been a while. But that's the creation, the sperm fertilizing the egg. But when a woman gives birth, that is the manifestation of that fertilization, right? See what I'm saying? So, so what we're doing right now is we're taking that acorn and we're giving it love. We're taking that fertilized egg and we're giving it a place and a room to grow. And because we're giving it all of our intention, we are putting into it the potentiality of the manifestation that we will give birth to, that we will manifest by full moon, right? And so that's why you don't do releasing magic on the full moon, because the full moon is about fullness. Yeah, the analogy I tend to use is it's like you go to the family Thanksgiving dinner and everybody sits down around the table and there's food everywhere, you know, American Thanksgiving, food everywhere. And as soon as everybody sits down to eat, you're like, okay, gotta go. You're like, what are you doing? You're not enjoying the fullness. So, but to get to the fullness, we have to start out with planting the intentions. Planting the intention for potentiality of what we want to manifest. And so the reason why we have these various tools is so that we can say goodbye to the old, light the way to the new, and then we can draw in what we want in the physical. So, and then we give thanks. It's very simple and very not spooky, very not scary. Magic is your birthright. Magic is here. Magic is back. Magic can now be utilized by everyone because we don't have those oppressive structures as much. Trying to tell you that, oh, you're going to hell if you're doing this or you're doing that. I think at least the people that watch my channel, we don't jive with that kind of thing. You understand that you are a magician. You are absolutely the creator of your reality. You are a sovereign being and you stand in your sovereignty and you use your power to create beauty and love and light in the world. You know, so I hope some of that makes sense. I haven't seen a comment in a while. So, all right. So if everybody's ready, y'all ready for me to stop talking? My gosh, it's hot, y'all. Woo! The energy, it's already raising up. Y'all okay? Okay. I'm going to assume yes. All right. So, all right. You know, before we were starting, and I'm putting on my drag. It is warm, Robbie. Oh my gosh. I have my AC set on 72, and I think I'm going to turn it down to like 68. But I noticed that, you know, I'm breaking out again, and this is food allergies. These are foods and beverages that my body is rejecting. So the first thing we're going to do is we don't jump right into magic. right? We don't jump right in, because what happens is, I understand, Robbie. What happens is that we are actually creating all the time. We are manifesting what we think and feel all the time. The problem is that most people are not consciously creating what they want. They think, oh, I want this, but oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I want that job, but oh, they'll never hire me. Or I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not pretty enough. He'll never love me because I'm not a model. Or I'll never find the right guy because I'm not rich enough, or whatever. I shouldn't go for that degree in college because I'll never find a job because they don't hire women in STEM or engineering or whatever, math. So what we wind up doing is, even though we're putting out, oh, I want that new apartment, oh, I don't think I'll get approved, we put out the energy of, yes, this is what I want to manifest, and then we put out other energy that cancels it. That's why people stay stuck in patterns. That's one reason why people stay stuck in patterns, especially patterns of lack, patterns of just self-defeatism. So again, if we had done a waning moon ritual where we would be doing a lot of releasing, we would have taken care of some of that. So let's go ahead and just think about, what is it in our life that we want to get rid of? In a nice, loving way. No mafia hits, okay? So what is it? Is it an addiction to soft drinks? Is it buying those darn cheap chocolates because they're convenient and inexpensive? Is it not spending enough time on myself? Is it spending too much energy on people who don't want to help themselves? So I'm giving away my power. I'm giving away my energy for people who, as much as I love them, I can't change them. I can't go in there and change things for them, and they don't want to change. Where in my life am I giving away my power? So just think about, what are some patterns, habits that you might want to change? Okay. And these are things you can write down. If you want to write down, say, I want to change this habit. I want to heal from this trauma. I want to end this addiction. Because what happens is that the reason why we write things down, and I think it's very interesting that a lot of schools actually no longer teach handwriting. There's like a whole bunch of millennials that actually cannot write, because when you write, you are putting something into the physical. It's a transmigration of an intent from the mental or the emotional, the psychical, and you are grounding it and rooting it and manifesting it in the physical, even just by writing it. I want to end my addiction to diet soft drinks. So I'm doing something different. I'm doing something a little better. I want to stop being a doormat in my relationships. I want to stop being the doormat in my family that everybody beats up on emotionally, hopefully not physically. That's a whole other issue. So just start thinking of things. I want to, trying to think how to phrase this in a way. Here's what I did, is that I am grateful for where I am, but I want a better situation for myself. So if you are done kind of figuring out the things that in your life that you can kind of want to get rid of, or end, get rid of sounds so bad, then let's, on a new page, let's start making a list of things that we want to manifest, that we want to bring into our lives. The reason for writing the stuff that we want to banish, to use a magic term, banishing is really popular in ceremonial magic. The reason why you want to write down what you want to banish is simply because you want to think about the patterns that you want to change. So you're just acknowledging without judgment and without any negative talk about yourself, or God, how could I have been so stupid to stay in that relationship? You know, what did I ever see in him? You know, I can't believe that idiot got the job when I'm better suited or more qualified. You know, all of that doesn't help you. Okay, so you could say, I want to leave my bad attitude behind. Or I want to learn how to have a better attitude of acceptance and gratitude and just non-judgment and non-attachment to things. Okay, so now move on to your list on a new page of what you want to focus on here with the new moon magic. We are in an incredible time right now, y'all. We are in an amazing time for change, for people to stop just being on that wheel, the little hamster wheel, the rat race of the machine, of the systems, of the indoctrinations that we have grown up in. We now are able to sit back and say, whoo, I don't have to do that. You know, I can live the laptop lifestyle if that works for me. If you are working in such as like Robbie, I don't want to tell Robbie's business, but Robbie's a nurse. And so his vocation is to help people in a very direct way through the medical system. And the work that he does is very important. And all of us as light workers, just being here and showing up and stepping up as light workers helps immensely. The best thing you can do as a way shower, light worker, starseed, twin flame, the best thing you can do is to be happy, to live your life, manifest your abundance. You really focus on having really solid, beautiful, wonderful, loving relationships, not just your lovers, but with your family, your neighbors, even your coworkers, of just having relationships that are healthy. That helps so much in terms of putting out good energy to change humanity. Because when we think of change, we think of big sweeping change. But that tends to tie into like the whole savior messianic modality of we're going to look to Superman or some superhero to swoop in and save us. That's not happening. We're Superman. We're Wonder Woman. We are the ones who are here to save the day. It's us. We're here to do this. And we do this by clearing our past, by clearing the things that no longer serve us, and by stepping into our roles as service members, servants. I don't want to use that term, but people who are here to serve humanity and the awakening and making the world a better place. And we do that by being the change. So if you have your list of what you want to clear, and you have your list of what you would like to manifest, what you would like to work on, what you would like more of, as long as it's positive. Because let me tell you, karma works. The law of attraction, karma, and cause and effect, those three laws work together. I guess I need to do a video on that. I haven't done a video on that. But yeah, you can see my hair is sticking to my face. All right, so if you're ready to go, And if you need to use the physical symbols, again, this is things in the physical. When you're really tapped into your magic, you don't need physical symbols. This is just cool to have, right? And I found it. It was literally like right in front of me when I was out walking in nature one day. So I was like, okay, that's for me. So you can do something along the lines of, and you can say yes, you accept. If you accept, you just hold your hands out on your knees, or on your lap, or on your chair, because that's the position of receiving. So I'm going to call in my true higher self and my spirit team. And I ask that you do the same if you want to participate. You just call in and say, I call in my true higher self. I yawn a lot, so don't let that scare you. I call in my spirit team. I call in my spirit guides, my ancestral guides. I call in my dragons, my animal guides, fae, elementals. I call in the archangels, especially Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. I call in the angelic realm of love and light and my guardian angels, my spirit babies. That was for me, sorry. I call in the ascended masters. I call in gods and goddesses of the highest vibration of love and light. Because anyone not of love and light, y'all aren't invited. Y'all can stay where y'all are. And I call in the galactic star family of the highest vibration of love and light. I surround my entire space with a shield of protection. My entire apartment, including my car, fully protected. And I call on Archangel Michael to please send in your warriors of light to surround me, my space, my car during this working and always. Sorry, guys. And so the working that we will do here are truly for the highest good of all, for the healing of ourselves, our families, our communities, our friends, our ancestral lines, our lineages, especially at this time with the summer solstice energy, the eclipse energy, and the new moon energy here in Cancer. Cancer being about emotions and the depths of emotion. This is why so many people are experiencing the huge purging coming up, and these emotions that are coming up, and people coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden. It's like, I haven't seen you in 30 years. Why are you here now? So if y'all are ready, Sean, August. All righty. You can hold your hands out if you want to. In order to bring in the new, I have to clear out the past. I have to clear out the old. I have to clear out the patterns, the addictions, the security blankets. I was going to say blankie, that keep me stuck in the people, places, things, events, situations, traumas that are not of my highest good. And so I consciously clear any and all patterns, addictions, mental, emotional security blankets, physical security blankets that are no longer of my highest good. Across all space, time, and dimensions, all parallel universes and realities, all lifetimes past, present, and future, known and unknown to me, do this now. And if you accept and would like this, just say yes. So mote it be. And so it is. And what I'm doing when I have my hands in prayer position is I'm actually, prayer position is not just putting your hands here, because most people wind up putting the palms, the thumb pad on their heart, and it's actually the knuckle. It's the knuckle that goes on your heart. So you put your hands together flat, and then you round your thumbs out so that the knuckles are going directly on your heart. So now we're going to clear contracts and agreements, because sometimes it's these agreements, these soul agreements, these karmic agreements that keep us stuck because we have to cancel them. And the reason we have to cancel them in the physical is usually because they were made in the physical. And that's what I have found, is that contracts made in the physical have to be released in the physical, the same way trauma experienced in the physical really needs to be healed in the physical. So I consciously clear, cancel, revoke, break, and render null and void any and all contracts, agreements, oaths, vows, spells, or bindings that I entered into knowingly or unknowingly across all space, time, and dimensions, all parallel universes and realities, all lifetimes past, present, and future, known and unknown to me. Do this now, please. And if you want this for yourself, please say yes. So mote it be, and so it is. I call back my soul existences that are no longer of my highest good from across all space, time, and dimensions, all parallel universes and realities, all lifetimes past, present, and future, known and unknown to me. And I ask that my soul fragments and my power be returned to my true higher self, for my soul fragments and my power to be transmuted into a higher form of light or integrated into me as my higher self deems best for me at this time. Please do this now. So mote it be, and so it is. So you can shake that energy off. If anyone is still here. All right. And so now we're going to focus on the things that we want to seed, that we want to manifest, right? So one of the things Pick the thing that you most want to manifest. And if you want to type it or write it in the chat, if you feel comfortable doing that, and that way we can all put a little energy toward that and we can help each other. This is why witches do circle together, right? And again, the word witch comes from a Proto-Indo-European root word that means woman, or actually refers to the female reproductive organs, right, as opposed to man. And the word man it comes from the German, and the word man literally means person. It does not mean male, it does not mean penis person. Man means person. That's why, humankind, chairman actually literally means chairperson. So if you want to write in the chat, you can. If not, we'll just go on. But really focus on what's the one thing that would really help you. Is it manifesting financial abundance? Is it bringing in the love of your life? For right now, don't focus on any one specifically. Don't focus on, say, a particular job, because that job may not actually be the best thing for you, even though you think it is. Okay? So, I'm lighting my Palo Santo. Just want to make sure everything is clear. Of course, my space is already clear, but for y'all, if you want to do this. It smells so good. And I'm going to let that burn. And it's going to smoke in just a minute. And of course, you can save your Palo Santo ashes. Ooh, yes. You can save your Palo Santo ashes. Oh, I hope the smoke detector doesn't go off. Oh my gosh. All right. But yeah. You can save your Palo Santo ashes, and you can make ink to write in your wishes for another ritual. There's a little tip for you. So, well, let me go ahead and light. I've got 3 candles, so I'm going to do 3 intentions. If you have 1 candle, think of the one thing that's really the most that you want to manifest, you want to focus on. So, as I think about this, I really want to see, if I want, say I want more money, which of course, yes, girl, then I'm just going to envision lots of money. I'm going to envision PayPal notifications. I'm going to envision Cash App notifications. I'm going to envision, I'm about to get into investing in stocks. If y'all wanted more information about that, let me know, because I think I'm going to be doing that this coming week, actually. Just money coming to me. So I'm not thinking about a particular job or a particular amount. I'm just thinking about money comes to me easily and often. Money flows to me all the time. I am always taken care of. I am always provided for. Or you think of, you want love. So you want to focus on the feeling that having money. Money for most people equals freedom. It's the freedom to live the life you want, the freedom to buy the house you want, the freedom to buy the car you want, right? So rather than thinking about, I want to make $2,000 a week, think about just money flows to me easily and often, and the freedom. I feel the freedom of being able to travel, the freedom of buying anything I want without having to check my bank balance first. You know what I mean? So for relationships, you want to focus on that feeling of being in love with a person who loves me in a healthy relationship, a relationship that is not codependent, a relationship that is not about me being a doormat or him being an energy vampire, that kind of thing. So think more about the feeling that you get when you have the things that you want. And that way you're allowing the universe to bring you, because the universe has to bring it to you. When you tell the universe you want something, that it has to deliver. That's law. That is universal law. Okay. But again, what usually happens is we cancel it out with our defeatist thoughts and feelings. So, all right. So I have 3 candles. I'm going to light 3 candles, and I'm going to focus on an intention. And I'm not going to say mine out loud. I just want abundance on all levels: love, career, and lots of sex. Okay. All right. So you do yours. I'm gonna do mine. So now with your candles lit, you can write on a piece of paper what each candle represents, the intention that you put. And you can put that little piece of paper, like rip it off your paper, and put that little piece of paper by the candle, maybe tuck it underneath the candle. Or if you are doing this in a safe space, you can even, in a moment, you can burn that little piece of paper in the flame. But only do that if you're outside or if you have a way to do that safely. So think about that for each candle that you have. If you have only one, that's great. And we'll just keep focusing on this, that intention. Abundance of love, abundance of finances, because you may not know that abundance does not mean money, neither does prosperity. I'll do a video on that. I got a list of videos I have to make. But I'm going to give just a quiet time for a few minutes so that you can focus. All right, so whenever you're ready, you can there are 2 ways you can do this. Well, a lot of ways. You can take that little piece of paper that you wrote your intention on, and you can put it into the flame with the intention that fire transmutes, right? Fire purifies. So when you burn this intention, you are transmuting it into a higher form of light so that it can come back to you as light with the intention, right? And so basically by burning it, this smoke, you're sending it out into the universe. Now, the other way of doing it, of course, is you can bury it. If you have access to, if you have a backyard, you can bury it, and with the intention of rooting it into Mother Earth. Okay. So either way, so you can burn it now, burn it later, or you can bury it later. You may not want to do anything with it right now. You might actually want to think about it overnight and come back tomorrow and maybe fine tune that intention, maybe sleep on it tonight. Literally, you can put it under your pillow and just ask for some guidance about this intention, especially if you were too specific. Sometimes it really is better just to be general and then let the universe bring it in for you. I'm gonna get a drink. And one of the reasons why we do libation, the universe said, give me that, Robbie. One of the reasons why we do libation is that when we take a sip of something or we eat, like if you, usually you'll have like tea and cakes, is that you're actually mixing your DNA, your saliva with the drink or the food, and then you're setting it out or you bury it. You're literally putting yourself into this fluid or this cake or brownies or pizza, whatever. Fairies love pizza, I'm telling you. When you put that outside, you're literally putting part of yourself into that and sharing. What's happening with DNA now is fascinating. Oh, and I got the results for my DNA testing back. So turns out I'm Irish. I'll do that soon. Okay. Now, you may be feeling, wow, we didn't do a lot. Magic in the past has been about a lot about the physical tools, having certain tools, very specific certain tools, especially amongst ceremonial magicians, but even low magic, people who witches, pagans, doing magic and doing more earth-based magic. Having specific tools was very important. I can see that in the past it was important because the veil was so thick and people had a really hard time imagining their magical selves, because of all of the programs and indoctrinations. You needed all these physical reminders to remember that you are a powerful, magical person, and you are a sovereign being. So I don't think having the physical stuff is as important for doing ritual. It's just fun to have at this point. But what it is reminders. Like every time I see my vulture feather, I remember, it triggers that get rid of what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me. When I see my cards, here we have Grandma Spider right here, that these tools are just reminders for us. And since people tend to be very overwhelmed with social media and just culture and media, news, work, life, etc., the commute to and from work, etc. You know, having these tools that you can look at, and it just is like a little reminder to stay in your higher power, stay in your sovereignty. You are an amazing being. You are a light being. You are a spirit being in a physical body. This physical body is your vehicle. It's your avatar. It is how you make your way through this video game free will experiment we call life on Earth, right? So just sit and hold your intentions. This true magic is done with intention. That's why I've talked twice now about how we put energy out and then we put other energy out that cancels the stuff we want, right? And so as people awaken to their magic, their magicalness, as people awaken to that, they're really going to see, because manifestations are happening almost instantly. For people who are anchored into the fifth dimension, manifestations are almost instant. Because once you know how to get up in there in the quantum field and really claim the financial abundance that is your birthright, the love that is your birthright, once you understand how to navigate soul contracts, once you do all your healing, your past life healing especially, but start with healing the crap from this lifetime. A lot of people don't want to do that. You know, I did a post on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to do it as a blog post because I think it's really important. And I said, healing hurts, plain and simple. Because what happens is people come right up to that point of almost a breakthrough, but the pain is so bad they back away. So now what they've done is, now that they have felt that, they've actually created more pain that they have to clear later. If you understand how the Akashic records work, if you understand how this works. So anyway, it's warm. We raised some good energy, y'all. All right, who's with us still? I think Mike left. I don't know if Cindy's here. You put the ashes outside in the garden. Good. Good. All right, so let me get... I'm going to pull a card from, this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Yeah, and see, the thing is that, you know, I have a couple of clients who are like that. And let me you know, I cannot get this camera to where y'all can see me shuffling. I always want to shuffle where you can see. I want to see the hands, you know, like poker. I want to see your hands. It's like being on a date. Dude, I want to see your hands at all times. All right. Ooh. Well, this one fell out. So let's look at this for a second. And this is waxing gibbous. So this is discernment. So this is definitely waxing moon. So we're at the new moon. So then we're going to go through the waxing moons. That's when the moon gets bigger. And then the full moon, and the waning moon is when the moon gets smaller. It wanes. And then we're back at the new moon. So discernment. I think what that means is that as these energies are not letting up tonight at 11:59 p.m. just because it's Sunday 11:59 p.m., right? No, these energies that are here, that have been here, are so freaking strong. And people who are sensitive to the energies, you know, because your sleep is messed up, you're going through physical symptoms in your body, you're feeling this all over. Ooh, see, there we go. This flipped out. Release. Oh, look at that number 27. So that's the number 9. So release. So I think what we're, this is the bottom of the deck right here, y'all. Yum, yum. Woo, extremes. Hot moon. Yes, indeed, y'all. 34, 3 and 4. 3 is the number of the Empress, and 4 is the number of the Emperor in the Tarot. So I think that's fun. hot moon extremes. So I think that's really cool. So what we are dealing with now is, and the next card is the dark moon, the void. That's where we are right now. And look at that's number 1. So we had discernment, release, and then extremes. Right now, with all of these energies, and they're not letting up because we have another eclipse on July 4th. So don't think just because we're at the end of, the solstice weekend, this is going to let up. It's not. We have another eclipse on the 24th, and then we're heading straight into a month later is Lionsgate. This is not letting up. And then we have full moons, full moon, new moon, etc. in between now and then, right? So the discernment is going to be stay focused on what is in your best interest, stay focused on what no longer serves you, speak your truth, and whatever is coming up to be cleared, allow it to come out, allow it to be released. Otherwise, you're going to stay in this realm of polarity, extremes. See, people also confuse polarity and duality, and they use those words interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. I'll do a video. Robbie, make a list. How many videos am I making? So, if you are not clearing what no longer serves you, if you're not using your discernment to stay in your power, if you're not releasing these things that no longer serve you, number 1, because they don't serve you, and number 2, they're taking up space, energetic space, emotional space, spiritual space, physical space, so that new stuff can't come in. It's just like, you've got boxes all over the place. I can't put furniture in here until I get these boxes settled. And some of these boxes, I've got to go through them, and I've got to take out the stuff that I actually don't want anymore, stuff that I have literally moved from place to place to place. And some of this stuff I've had since I was 13. Like the novella that I wrote when I was 13. I found it the other day, thank God. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just let it go. But I have it. But anyway. So if you're not using your discernment to release what does not serve you, or just at least release old stuff so the new good stuff can come in, you're just going to be like on this pendulum going back and forth over the extremes of, I want this in my life. I need this in my life. I need this new beginning. COVID-19 has stopped everything. I need this new beginning. It's giving me time and space to think about all this. But then you're swinging back over here to, yes, I don't like my job, and COVID kind of took my job, but then I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to work any old job, even if I'm not happy. That's not what this is about. Watch my Corona and Ascension videos. My coronavirus and Ascension videos talk about all of this, okay? So use your discernment to clear what needs to be released, because there is so much good and so much new that's coming in for you, but it can't come in for you if you are not doing your clearing. Release the old stuff, because you want a balance, right? These are extremes. You want balance. You don't have to be a Libra to want balance. Okay? All right, so let's get some other cards. I hope that makes sense. Like, I feel like I want to talk more about that, but I'm sure you're bored at this point. All right. Let me see. Let me do an overall. So I don't know, was this helpful? Was this kind of thing helpful? I know I did a lot of background talk, like talk about stuff, kind of more background information than just the ritual. Ace of Swords. So in the physical, what we're having is this new beginning. The swords are fire. Anybody who says swords are air, they don't understand. Swords are fire. Swords are made in fire. Swords are made stronger in fire. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole tarot series. I think I'm gonna do that on Vimeo. So for the physical, Ace of Swords. So what this means, swords represent actions. It represents your actions, your passions, your willpower, your independence, your nonconformity, being a revolutionary. It represents being quick speed. It represents your life purpose, your soul mission. It represents a lot of things that have to do with why we're here and why it's important to take inspired action. Because you can want change all day long till the cows come home, but you will not manifest that change unless you take inspired action. And of course, the ace is the number one, so it represents beginnings. I don't even know if y'all can still see me. Not that you want to. I mean, you don't have to. But so for the physical plane, this is the card that fell out. So we have the Ace of Swords. So in the physical, this is about new beginnings. And it's not just any old new beginning. What did we just talk about? We just talked about what coronavirus is actually allowing a lot of people to do is this whole shutdown is that it's allowing people to reevaluate everything in their lives and to make new choices. To make new choices that are really good for you so that you're not on that hamster wheel just to get a paycheck. You're not on that hamster wheel with your relationships and you're not a doormat, et cetera, et cetera. This is a time for you to really step into who you are as a sovereign being, as a powerful being, that not to wield power over others. And that's so Hollywood and dark cabal and all that shit. But this is about you really, really stepping into why you're here, your life purpose, your soul mission. Take inspired action toward your passions. Live your passions in the physical. All right, let me take a card for the mental plane. And this is good for, I don't know when we're going to do this again. I like this. I don't know if waxing moon is too soon. I might do full moon though. All right, so I'm using this is the deck that I use for full moon, for mental energy. So what's the card? What's the guidance for our mental state? Let's say for the next couple of weeks. Let's just do that. All right. What's the card for this? Yes, and Robbie, I'm very, very grateful that you were willing to do this, and I appreciate that very much. Oh, so this card fell out. Prince of Pentacles. So the Prince of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is about really using your mental capacity and your thoughts to focus on what you want to manifest in the physical. Now, of the four knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest. The Knight of Swords is the fastest. But the Knight of Pentacles is going to, while it's slow, or maybe slower than you want a little bit, is that the Knight of Pentacles is bringing in what you want into the physical. Remember I said write down? The reason why we write stuff down is because we want to manifest it into the physical, right? We want to get it out of the mental plane and into the physical, and bada bing, bada boom. And if you're just tuning in, I think I said that like an hour ago. You'll have to watch the replay. But these are the cards I use for the mental plane, about what we want to bring into the physical, what we want to root into the physical. Now, after this card is the Queen, of course, who represents having, the manifestation, having the money, having the, that comfort, right? And having that stability. And then you have the King, right? But the idea is that you are on the way to having everything that you want in the physical. But you get it in the physical by having the mindset of manifesting it into the physical. And like I've said at least twice now tonight, when you are putting your energy out there and you're thinking about what you want, make sure you're not sending other energy out that cancels it, right? Okay. Heart space. Let's do heart space. And I don't know if y'all can still hear the music. If you like the music, this is music that I wrote. It's the meditation for my orgasm training program. Awesome. Awakening Energy and Sound Orgasm Training Program. I'll have a link in the description later. And if you want that, it's half off. So it's 11/11. And you better get it now for 11/11. Because I'm actually changing. That will not be available as it like that soon. So if you want it and you want it at that price, which I've never offered it half off before, now's the time to get it. All right, so I've got my heart-based card. So what are we looking for? What should we focus on from our heart space for the next couple of weeks? That's too many. A big group of them fell out. All right, so, oh wow. Hold on. The cards, hold on. The card that fell out, the 9 of Cups. In the heart space, the 9 of Cups means all your wishes fulfilled, all your dreams coming true. Because the number 9 is the number of fulfillment and fruition. And water is about emotions. And so it's about love and relationships, but it's also about your psychic and intuitive abilities. It's about your spiritual journey. It's also about your soul tribe, your sangha. So in the heart space over the next 2 weeks, what we need to focus on is all of our hopes and dreams coming true. Again, don't cancel the good energy you're sending out for what you want to manifest by then sending out, oh, I'm not good enough, or no one will ever pick me, or I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the fancy degree, I don't have the man, whatever, Hey, hello, Jabariology. I know I did not say that correctly, but hello and welcome. So 9 of Cups in the heart space, y'all, is focus on your hopes and dreams coming true. All right, and let's do one from the shamanic deck. My shamanic deck. All right. One card, please. And I much prefer when the cards fall out or fly out, as they do sometimes. One card, please. Ah, that flipped. Ooh, the serpent. So let me see. So sorry. The serpent represents knowledge and wisdom. It also represents Shakti. See a little Shakti right there. All right. But I'm going to go ahead. I want to read it from here because I'm going to screw it up. Because this is the Mystical Shaman deck. It's a really great deck. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion. What were we just talking about? Your passions, right? Follow your passions. Healing and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past. Where'd my freaking release card go? Well, y'all know, y'all saw. Release. Shed the past, sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set you and your passion and creativity free. Oh, that's the other thing. Swords and fire represent creativity. Creativity is in the element of fire in the south. Haha. So the invitation for the serpent power of the Kundalini. Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to. Release. Discernment. Remember? And welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. Now, why is that important, talking about sexuality? Well, besides, it's awesome. But sexuality is also in the realm of the second chakra, the sacral chakra for women. For men, I put sexuality in the first chakra, the root chakra. But the sacral chakra is the space of creativity, sexuality. And so for many of us, that chakra is the seat of where we manifest our abundance from. And again, abundance does not mean money. So it's whatever we have an abundance of, that's where we're creating it from, is the second chakra. So the sacral chakra. So if you want an abundance of money, if you want an abundance of happiness, if you want an abundance of love, if you want an abundance of fireworks between you and your lover, definitely get in touch with your sacral chakra, which is your fire energy. And it is the fire energy of creativity, actions, inspired action, fulfilling your life purpose, your soul mission, and then just living your passions so that you're not again on that hamster wheel of the people, places, things outside of you. All right, let's get an animal guide for the next couple of weeks, please. Thank you. An animal guide for the next couple of weeks. Although Grandma Spider, she's been really strong. Got into my car and there was a little spider on the rearview mirror. I was like, oh, well, the ones outside. Spiders know they can definitely live in my house, not just because I love them and I know what spiders represent, but spiders also eat bugs. So they can have all the mosquitoes they want. All right, one card, an animal spirit guide for the next couple of weeks. Woo, who flew out? Ah! I love it. Badger, be fearless and bold. Fire. Summer solstice is all about fire, right? The sun's the longest day. We're still in solstice energy, even though this is new moon work right here. But we have our beautiful fires going on right here. See, this fire outside of us represents the fire within us, right? And so little, little Kundalini, little Shakti, our serpent energy, it represents just this amazing, and look, this split. Panther energy, reclaim your power. But that is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. Be fearless and bold. Fortune favors the bold, right? Oh, and look, rabbit. Now is a lucky time. Every time is a lucky time, but humans have to be told, oh, look, now is a lucky time. Because there is only the now. Yeah? Okay. Holy schnauzers, we have gone almost an hour and a half. I haven't heard from Cindy or Mike in a while. So I hope everybody's okay. But I am very grateful that y'all joined me for this today. If you would like more of this in the future, please let me know. I will be updating the description box to give a little bit more information about what we'll do. And once I am more settled, then certainly this will be a little bit more organized. But it just felt really important to me to get this done. And my higher self said it is in my best interest just to make this open and free to the public, because right now the main thing is getting this out to as many people as possible to be in your power. New moon is about the planting of the seeds for your future. And this gateway right now between summer solstice, the eclipse, and today, the new moon, as we're staying in the powers, that the energies are not letting up anymore. So if you think you're tired now, just wait. I mean, what I'm going through physically right now, this would have literally put me under the table 2 years ago, a year ago. I know, because, you know, it's just like you get a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And what's actually happening is that you are actually releasing your density as you are releasing your connections to the 3D and the 3D systems, these lower dimensional systems. And by 3D, what I mean is the systems that that operate out of fear, because there's a lot of fear going on right now. There's a reason there's so much fear mongering, even more fear mongering than usual in the news right now. More fear mongering that's going on, more division than ever before happening right now. And it's because these lower, these factions that operate from lower energy, or energy that is fear-based, they're using all of this to like feed the fear that the public feels, the anger that the public feels, the hate, the resistance, the this, that, the other that humans feel right now. Fear of coronavirus, fear of dying. Well, here we go. I'm so sorry. They feed on the fear. That is why respond with love. Respond with good energy, good vibes. Stay in your power. And it literally does not matter what the person next to you is doing. If they're being mad and angry or whatever, if you can stay in your power, then some of your light may kind of shed onto them, but this is why they want to separate it by 6 feet. Because our energy field is roughly about 3 feet. That's actually scientifically proven. And it's proven that Americans we require the most personal space of any people on Earth. Japanese don't require like any. Like they're so used to being like sardines, you know, like on the subway and stuff and public transportation and in public. But America's like, oh, I require my 3 foot of personal space. You better back up. I do not want your energy field in mine. Back away. And so what's happening is that by this 6 feet, why is it 6 feet distance? Why isn't it 5 feet? Why isn't it 7 feet? Because surely if 6 feet is good, 7 feet would be better, right? If 6 feet is good, 10 feet would be super great. But why is it 6 feet? Except that the number 6 is also the number of love. 6 is the number of service to humanity. 6 is the number of compassion and generosity. And they want us 6 feet apart, thinking that will separate us and keep us separated from loving our fellow human being, or keep us from following our mission of being of service, right? There are reasons behind everything that's going on right now. And so for you to stay in your love, stay in your power, remember, I am a sovereign being. I am a powerful manifester of my reality. I am an extension of source energy. Therefore, I am source energy. And if in doubt, I call on my true higher self to guide me. I call on my spirit team of love and light. I call on the archangels, the ascended masters, gods and goddesses of the highest vibration of love and light. And I call on my galactic star family of love and light. Well, this video is going on way too long. I'm not going to get on the whole corona thing. But with the new moon, it's very important right now with all of these energies going on right now to understand what you want to manifest, because we're going to get a second wave of this stuff in September, October. There's going to be something. It could just be the natural second wave of the virus. It mutates into something else. Because then they're just going to try to give us another vaccine. Hell no, I'm not getting a vaccine. I haven't worn a mask once, and I'm not going to. Because I am not in a place where it's really necessary. Again, Robbie's a nurse. Robbie needs to wear a mask, but then he wears a mask anyway. If not a little mask, he probably wears one of those clear face shields that kind of turns down. I mean, that's his job. That's just basic safety for his job in the medical field. I wore a clear mask shield when I worked in a plasma donation center, because we're dealing with blood and plasma and urine samples and finger sticks and blah. So okay, I'm not gonna get onto the coronavirus thing, but so right now, yeah, see, and that's understandable, but it's also clear. It's not actually blocking you. This is what the mask does. The coronavirus, it's silencing you. It's blocking the throat chakra. That's why throat chakra stuff is happening right now for a lot of people. So, okay. An hour and a half. All right. So, yeah, like if you go in a room and just check on somebody, you probably aren't wearing a mask. You may not even be wearing a little, little skull cap, So, yeah, I would have to wear my hair up for sure, which is why I don't do that, because my hair is my antenna. It connects me to my environment. I get information, Like, that's why I don't like wearing the top knot or any kind of bun, because I want my crown. I can feel my crown is going crazy. I can feel when I'm saying or doing something my higher self doesn't like, she lets me know. I'll up in my crown. Yeah, it feels like a musical theater show cast, like 42nd Street, the cast of 42nd Street, tap dancing on my head is exactly what it feels like. If I'm about to say or do something she does not like. And it's not that she doesn't like it, it's just that it's like, Trish, you know better. So, okay, wow, okay, long time. I truly hope that this was beneficial for you. I hope that you have learned a lot. I hope that you have learned about magic. I hope that you have learned about yourself. I hope that you have learned that you are an amazing, sovereign, powerful being, and you create your reality. And very simple tools are necessary. And in fact, no tools are necessary for you to create incredible change in your life. But when you really want to plant important seeds for important big change in your life, new moon is when you do it. Okay, and then you can do something similar to this on the waxing moon so that it grows. Yeah? Okay. Whew. You can leave, if you'd like, you can write your intentions in the comments after we end the live show, and this is the show renders. You can leave your comment in the comments if you would like to leave, talk about what your intention was and if it starts to manifest for you. So, all right. Wow. If you found this to be helpful, I will leave my PayPal for donations. Donations are very gratefully accepted. And again, today, if you want the special for July for sessions with me, today's the last day, and the AWESOM program for 11/11. If you want that, you better get it now. Whew, because man, you want to be set up for the best of everything in your life, because this time the divide is getting bigger and bigger. People who are stuck in the old ways and the fear is so obvious. Social media, really, people are showing their colors. And there are some people that are just digging their heels into that. And then there are us, those of us who are like, I'm not playing in that. I'm here for new earth and love and joy and happiness and being on soul mission and being of service to humanity. So, all right. Mwah. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Thank y'all so much for commenting. I greatly appreciate that. And we'll see about doing this maybe for full moon or something. All right. I love y'all. And remember, only love is real. True, true, true. All right. Y'all take care. Bye.